Greetings and welcome to this week's midweek devotion. Last Sunday we saw how God relates to his church, and we saw that one of the terms that he gives for that relationship is the terminology or the language of marriage. And we saw how marriage refers to Christ and the church. And the thing about marriage that's interesting is we tend to think, if I just get the right spouse, then I'll be complete. In other words, we tend to see the spouse as somebody that is to lift us up, that's to complete us. But really, and this is amplified in our epistle lesson, we see that our gifts are given for the benefit of others. In other words, it's not what I can get out of other people, but as a Christian, I understand that I have everything in Jesus, so what can I give to this relationship, whether it be marriage or family or work or church or whatever. Listen to this. It says, now there are a variety of gifts. This is from 1 Corinthians. There are a varieties of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are varieties of service, but the same Lord. And there are varieties of activities, but it is the same God who empowers them all in everyone. In other words, any good that we find in ourselves, where is its source? It's God. Where do we receive God? Well, in the Word and in the supper and basically in Word and Sacrament. Jesus comes to us and he serves us. So God empowers everyone. And it says, to each is given the manifestation of the Spirit. For what purpose? The common good. To one is given through the Spirit the utterance of wisdom. To another the utterance of knowledge according to the same Spirit. Another faith by the same Spirit, to another gifts of healing, to another working of miracles, to another prophecy, tongues, interpretations of tongues. But God is empowering you. So whatever gifts you have, your gifts are for the benefit of your neighbor. God is calling you to service by his good service towards you. He is calling you to service for the benefit of your neighbor. If you're married, it's for the benefit of your spouse. If you're dating, it's for the benefit of the person you're dating. If you're a student, it's for your teachers and other classmates. God is serving them through your service. So the only way to have the power to do that service is by receiving God. So we want to gather together each and every week around his word, that God would serve us in exactly the way that we need through his word, and that we in turn would serve others in exactly the way that they need. So I pray that this service would bind us together and call people unto God. Have a great week, and we will see you next week.